Hello, in this video, my group members and I will be presenting our research paper on the comparison of teaching methodologies between online classes and online educational videos. I am Anita and I will be introducing our paper. Since the COVID-19 virus broke out, many things have changed in the world. Among those changes was a drastic change in education platforms with the transferal of classes from a physical platform to an online platform, which was done to avoid students falling victim to this virus. As a result, e-learning is now the only and best option for students to learn and further their education in safe environments. Hence, we need to ensure that online learning is as efficient as possible for students' learning processes. Due to the immediate transition from physical to online classes, the teaching methods used in online classes were almost exactly the same for online classes as it was for physical classes, and weren't given the time to be adapted to online classes. Therefore, online classes are unable to meet all the students' learning requirements, making online classes much harder for students. For example, lecturers who now have to teach their classes online do not have the same access to basic teaching tools like whiteboards or being able to directly assess their students' needs due to lack of face-to-face interactions. This makes it harder for lecturers to effectively explain and guide students through their learning material. This causes students to lack motivation, focus, understanding when learning, and from these statements I've made, it would seem that online learning has a large downside. However, before this pandemic, online learning was dominated by online videos such as those uploaded onto platforms like YouTube by Han Academy or the Organic Chemistry Tutor, which have taught many students all over the world and have helped them through their studies. Students have found that online videos are enjoyable, satisfying, and motivating, as well as useful, helpful, and effective. Seeing the positive impact that online videos can have, it is unfair to say that online learning is bad and to instead uncover what teaching methods are necessary to make online learning effective. Therefore, this study is to uncover the differences between teaching methodologies of online classes and online educational videos so that we can make online learning better, more efficient, and make classes easier for students to focus on. Comparing these two teaching methods will be done based on three criteria. The three criteria will be cognitive load, student engagement, and active learning, which will all be further discussed throughout this presentation. Thank you.
Now, I would briefly explain our contextual analysis. Online classes should be treated differently than physical classes as students are unable to have real-time communication with their lecturers as stated by Adnan and Anwar. Several studies have found that there are drastic changes in the way lessons are conducted, so we need to find an appropriate method of lesson delivery as it can affect the students' grades and also quality of knowledge. Stockwell, Sanamo, and Jiang said that it is harder for the lecturers to conduct online classes since they are not in the same place, and it can be harder for them to achieve the lesson's objectives. Since content play a huge role in motivation and focus, there is a need to find an engaging and fun content so that the students can engage with the lectures better. This study is to help analyze the teaching aspects that are well structured so that students are able to study better, especially during this time of the pandemic.
Hi, I'm Izlan and I'll be presenting the problem statement.
Hello, my name is Nabil Iman and I will be presenting the literature review. There are many studies that compare physical classes and online classes. Although this study will compare online classes with online educational videos, as these are the current teaching methods that are being implemented in university technology patronas. Educational videos are mostly found on YouTube. These videos are widely available with many choices in large libraries such as YouTube that have 500 hours of content uploaded every minute. Due to this, students are able to obtain the best material on the platform with many redundancies in videos to enforce their understanding. Other than that, these videos are usually short in nature with moving parts and narrated in a charismatic voice. Online educational videos are asynchronatic in nature as they can be accessed any time of the day. Meanwhile, live online classes are synchronatic in nature as students have to be online at the same time as the teacher. They may be carried out on several platforms such as Big Blue Button, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and many others. Studies have shown that an effective online class would consist of a good interface, an interactive class, and a high-quality lecturer. Characteristics of effective online learning that we are measuring are cognitive load, student engagement, and active learning. Cognitive load is the mental capacity to ingest new information. Furthermore, student engagement is how invested the student is to the learning material and learning module. Finally, active learning is the interactivity and the activities done in class to ensure that students understand a topic before moving to a new topic and that they are an active participant of the class. Thank you.
Now I'll be presenting the significance of study. The findings from this study will prove a major significance to students, teachers, and the institutions as a whole in carrying out online classes in the future. These findings show that the various issues with online classes and lectures can finally be tackled and dealt with. Lecturers will be able to understand and highlight the important aspects and the similar approach of online educational videos that can make classes more engaging and exciting during these virtual lectures. Mimicking the style and delivery technique of these online education videos and incorporating it into the current online teaching methods has the added benefit of being a method of teaching that students are already familiar with. Moreover, this helps produce an online environment that allows students to better focus, understand, and enjoy the lectures and lessons, which further motivates them to keep on learning. This approach has the added prospect of making student-teacher interactions in the online classroom less hectic and more communicative, as we see with the current method that is currently being used right now. Through these improvements, a more effective learning environment that motivates and inspires students can be created, improving upon the current method of online teaching. This will assist in identifying the teaching methods that work best and are the most efficient for providing students with the quality education they deserve and creating an environment where they can thrive. Thank you.
Now on to our research objectives. We have two. The first one being to identify the differences between online classes and online videos. And the second is to identify the aspects of online learning that are the most suitable and effective for students.
Next, I will be explaining our chosen hypothesis. The first one would be educational videos are much preferred than online classes. Educational videos are used as extensive source of information where students can study in less time but with better performances. The lessons are specific and concise where students can understand specific questions better. Online classes, on the other hand, are harder for the students to stay focused and attentive, and this can make them have lesser motivation to study. Next hypothesis would be students studying with online videos have lower cognitive load than those who study in online classes. Cognitive load is actually someone's memory ability to process information. A complex lesson can lead to mental overload. So shorter videos are much more interesting than traditional slides, and it can help reduce this extraneous mental processing. Using laptop for an extended amount of time can also be exhausting for the eyes, and it can make the students too tired to process new information. The third hypothesis would be students will have better engagement while learning with online videos than in online classes. Since online classes are often done when students are at home or other unfitting environment where they have other commitments, they can get distracted easily. A shorter video can help them stay focused and engaged. Their attention span can start to decline when the class lasted for an hour or two, which is typical for online classes. It is harder for the lecturers too to get feedbacks from their class since they are all in different spaces. Last but not least, active learning is better carried out during online classes than online videos. The way students interact with the lesson is actually what active learning is. So having a student-teacher interactions where students can ask questions, mimic physical classes so that students can participate with the lesson better. Educational videos, on the other hand, are done individually, so they cannot have this kind of interaction. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Syameem Hakime and I will proceed with research methodology. First and foremost, I will present about the data collection method. The method used for this proposal was survey method. The questionnaire was specifically distributed to students who attend a statistic and application course and were taught by the same lecturer. As a controlling variable which reduces bias, the platform of this survey is Google Forms. The questionnaire contains a series of questions that designed to understand their view on cognitive loads, student engagement, and active learning aspects of online classes and online videos. The questions are in first-person perspective and the language used is easy and simple for students to understand. The students answer the questionnaire based on Likert scales, which is a form of psychometric response scale where respondent answers to a statement depend on their level of agreement within 5 points. Disagree, somewhat disagree, neither agree nor disagree, somewhat agree, agree. These survey questions were aimed to identify the student's point of view on their current online classes and online educational videos. It is also to identify teaching methods that will keep students motivated and engaged during online classes. Next, I will continue with respondents of the studies. The target number of respondents to answer the survey is at least 30 people. The respondents involved will consist of different genders, races, and ages. This will ensure that a variety of answers can be obtained throughout the survey.
Hi, now I'll be presenting the results. From the results, we can see that 98% of the respondents were familiar with online educational videos. Through a series of questions that covered cognitive load, active learning, and student engagement, it can be seen that online educational videos are favored by respondents, especially for student engagement, with the 3.96, followed by cognitive load with the 3.92, and the least for active learning with the 3.09 out of 5 on a Likert scale. Online videos were voted to have better information highlighting, better at keeping students' attention, and provides more visual aid. Respondents also feel that online videos have more enthusiastic, lively, and casually speaking instructors, with 57% agreeing somewhat and 20% agreeing. Other than that, respondents largely agree and somewhat agree that online videos are more brief and direct compared to online class. As for active learning, online videos have the smallest lead of the three. Question integration are equal for both online class and online videos. Online videos have better guiding questions, but online class has more interactive features compared to online videos. Overall, respondents' understanding on the topic were better after watching an online video compared to online class. Thank you.
I'll be discussing our results. Based on a survey that was conducted on UTP students, it is undeniable that a majority of the surveys have serious reservations when it comes to online classes compared to online educational videos. On the matter of student engagement, the shift of the classroom medium from traditional classes to online classes has resulted in a change in the learning experience for the students, one which isn't particularly positive. This isn't helped by the lecturer's inability to facilitate or conduct a fruitful learning environment for the students. Therefore, lecturers must have an initiative to develop the criteria such as enthusiasm and liveliness in class to ensure an active and engaging learning environment for the students. On the cognitive aspect of online learning, the students found it easier to focus and visualize the academic content in online videos compared to online classes. One explanation for this would be that the current notes provided by lecturers is very lackluster and bland compared to the visually striking notes in online videos. Therefore, there must be an incentive to update the lecture slides and notes incorporating visual ideals such as pictures, graphs, animations, and simulations to encourage a better learning experience for the students. Another way to improve the active learning experience in general is to incorporate a mix of online classes and online videos into the teaching syllabus that is currently being taught in online classes. The incorporation of online education videos into the current method of online class conduction creates a synergistic learning environment where the student is exposed to the learning material through two distinct but varying mediums that will assist in their understanding of the topic. In the case of our students, it is better to embrace the potential and style of online videos.
Hi, I'm Syameem Hakime. I will present the conclusion for this report. To conclude the study, online video proved to have better teaching method than online classes. This is shown from the main finding from this study, which are that the teaching method in online video certified cognitive load, student engagement, and active learning more than online videos. Online videos score obviously higher in cognitive load and student engagement, but was more natural for active learning. This shows that educational videos are more preferred than live online classes. However, it is not practical to transfer learning onto online videos completely, as interaction with the lecturer is still a necessary component of learning. Online classes are still necessary to allow students to ask questions or to further explore concepts taught in classes and basically to engage with their lecturer in real time. Therefore, we should learn from the teaching method of online video instead and adapt them to online classes to create a learning environment better suited to fit the needs of students. Combining the teaching method from online classes and online video will help in creating more enjoyable and conducive environment for online learning.